Hi, this is Colin Fain. I'm just doing my week 3 reflection in the AUSL program. This week we'll be looking at my reflection from the Horizon report that we read this year. After reading this, I feel like I am up and in touch with the times, especially for their trends within the next year. Specifically, I really agree with almost all of the trends. And in my life, the cloud-based learning is one that I really agree with. I've started to use cloud tools like Dropbox and Evernote. Those are becoming more and more effective and important to use, and it's kind of a nice safety measure in case anything goes wrong with your computer or flash drive or anything. And also, I noticed one of the other trends was the expectation of working when and wherever you're at, and that's something that I've kind of come to agree with, and I kind of expect to be able to do that with having Wi-Fi in most places and having an iPod, an iPad, all these technologies to work with. I kind of expect to use them at any time. It's very convenient and easy for me to use. Another thing that was interesting with me with these expectations of learning, and also there was another one that talked about more internet learning, and on Twitter the other day I saw one about the paradigm shifting towards online learning, and I read an article on how some of Lemav's practices were going to be rendered irrelevant, some of the management type things, just because online learning will become a bigger factor and students will have appropriate material that's at their level so that they don't really have a chance to opt out. And in a way, I kind of disagreed with the article because it said that with technology the role of the teacher is going to start to be diminished or reduced, that you're just going to kind of be a facilitator. And I hope that's not really true, because I feel like there's a lot more than just looking at a computer all day or working on an iPad. I think there's lots of pros and cons to it, but I hope it doesn't start to diminish our roles as educators. Another thing that I thought was interesting was the challenges section, and that is the competition in higher ed to produce forms of online material and things. And when I was at Illinois State, my last 2 years there, I noticed a shift, more classes being on Blackboard, kind of hybrid classes. One day a week you're in school, the other half is all online, and even taking some online courses. So I've started to notice that shift. Near term horizons, I felt good about the trends towards working with tablets and using apps. I'm starting, we all have iPads in the AUSL program, starting to use those, become comfortable with them, as well as the apps. There's many great learning apps that are available to us for teachers that we can share our knowledge, and I think those are great, and I've really enjoyed working with those. And in the far term, I thought something that was very interesting to me was the gesture-based computing, and I think this is a great technology, helpful for special needs kids. These technologies can read eye movements and voice tones, things like that, and that would be, I just think that's a great stride in special education for students with specific needs. And also another thing I found interesting was the game-based learning. I feel like that's kind of starting to come in effect and has been in effect in the last few years. I know I've worked with everyday math on smart boards and interactive whiteboards, and the kids get really into that. I mean, they can move symbols around to see their answers right on the board, and that's similar to game-based learning. And also you have things like Leapfrog for the younger kids to work with. So I feel like that trend's kind of been going on for a while. So that's pretty much my critique of the Horizon report. It was very interesting. I enjoyed reading it, and this week in AUSL has been going pretty well. A lot of independent work and just winding down our summer session. So that's all I have for this week, and I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.